Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Joe from comiXalliance,
And I'm Chris.
and tonight we're doing our 10th episode, 10th issue, I should say. And before we jump into things, I just want to mention we do have an Instagram we'd like you guys to follow. It's comiXalliance, spelled ComiXalliance. And yeah, feel free to follow us on there. We'll follow you back. And yeah, we post our weekly poll videos as well as just some like comic book of the week stuff and just some other stuff we find that's pretty cool. And so that's it for that. Let's just jump into the podcast. Tonight, it's going to be another one of the comic books and everything else sort of, where we don't necessarily talk about very specific things or top fives. We kind of just talk about what's on our mind, related to nerd culture. We're going to talk a lot about comic books, of course. So you're gonna love that part. But just other stuff that have, kind of been on our minds that we don't really have an outlet for, I guess. Okay, and so to kick things off, Chris, you wanted to talk about that Berserker
Yeah.
issue.
So this past week for New Comic Book Day, I totally forgot that issue 2 and some reprints are coming out for Berserker, and I just got my lot this past week, and I got Berserker reprint issue 1, which is ridiculous, going for about $40 to $50 already online, and it's super hard to find. It's like a foil cover, and luckily my shop was able to add that to my pull list since I requested all covers for Berserker, and I
That's
completely
awesome.
forgot that. So I got a bunch of I think foil covers for issue 2 as well. I didn't even know they were coming out with foil covers for issue 2. Now I'm thinking, like, are they coming out with foil covers for every single issue? I guess I could have a foil collection,
Hopefully this
which is
is
great, but it's really hard to maintain the foil covers. It's a lot more maintenance and storage. You have to like store it properly, or else it'll get damaged.
yeah. Oh yeah, looking back at a lot of the like was it like 80s and 90s foil covers, those things typically look like hell by this point. You
Yeah,
know?
they tend to what do you call it? Like curl up or warp,
Yeah,
depending on like your temperature in the room that you're storing it in, or if it's not in a bag and board, obviously, then it's
yeah, of
definitely gonna
course.
warp. But yeah, Berserker, if you guys don't know, it's the comic book series that was created by Matt Kint and Keanu Reeves, and the character of the story basically looks like Keanu Reeves, and it's issue 1 just came out this year, and it's already optioned for a animated series
Netflix. Yep.
and a movie.
That
So
I
I
didn't know the
wonder,
movie, I don't think.
yeah,
That's
that one
awesome.
I just heard about, and I'm kind of wondering how they're gonna tie both those in. If it's gonna be separate stories or different storylines, or just a different adaptation for each one. But just from what I read from the first issue so far, it's super action packed. It's kind of like, for those of you that have watched John Wick already, it's kind of like that, but like 5 times more violent, which is ridiculous. So
Yeah, I read it too, and it was pretty awesome, especially the ending. I won't spoil, but the ending, the little bomb he drops, not
yeah,
literally,
yeah,
verbally, the verbal bomb he drops, and you find out it was cool. Like I didn't expect that. Like I kind of had an idea, because given everything he goes through, and then how he's, I don't want to say it, like where he's at the end, I should say. Uh,
yeah,
it almost seems like that's the only practical route the
yeah,
story could have gone, but I still didn't like fully expect that, to hit the way it did. And I was like, oh, that's awesome. Like, okay, this actually
yeah.
means they can take things even further with the next issue, which admittedly I haven't read yet. But
Yeah, I still haven't read it
yeah,
either. I
I'll get there.
definitely have a a lot to catch up on when it comes to my comic book reading, and I feel like I've just been all over the place, watching or reading a bunch of new issues, new series, trying to read my backlog of comic books that I have behind me, and some of the stuff that we're currently working on, so we could have a podcast about it in the future.
Yep.
So yeah, we'll definitely go over at least some of that stuff that we have been reading recently. And another one that's had come out recently that has something to do with Berserker as well is if you guys bought the foil covers of issue 1, some of them had a like a redemption ticket or whatever that allows you to get a free copy of the Something is Killing the Children issue 1 8th print. And I think what Boom Studios did, I think the comic shops had to order, I think, like 3 or 5 in order to get the one. But instead of having each person that had bought one foil cover get one of those, they have to order 3, I think. And that's kind of weird, because then everyone that did get a ticket like might not get one. So you just have to ask your local comic shop to see if they were able to get any for you. What my comic shop did was basically any pull customer that has Berserker on their pull list gets one right away.
That's
So
awesome.
I was fortunately enough. I mean, I was fortunate enough to get a copy of that, and it's already going for 20 to 25 bucks already.
I guess I didn't have Berserker on my pull. I don't know why I wouldn't, but I forgot to put it on my pull, I guess.
Yeah,
And I was lucky enough that I got hooked up with that one. So I
nice.
got number 2 when they had already been sold out, and that Something is Killing the Children. He just walked over and he was like, "Here, man." He's like, "I got you."
Oh,
I
sweet.
was
Yeah,
like,
because some
"Damn."
some shops were able to get a few extra on top of the the pull list
Yeah.
people, and yeah,
I'm sure
and
part of it
you just
has
got
to
it
do
for
with,
free, right?
yeah. I'm sure
Nice.
part of it
I
had to
haven't.
do with, oh, sorry. I
Oh,
was
go
gonna
ahead.
say, I'm sure part of it had to do with the fact that Shelby and I go in there literally every week and spend a
Yeah,
stupid amount of money,
yeah.
and I'm sure they appreciate that.
Oh, definitely.
I'm
Even
sure
my shop was thanking me for for always being a cool customer, and that's why that's why you build your relationship with the comic shops, so they could take care of you and hook you up with stuff that you might miss on.
exactly. So yeah, it was awesome that he did that for me. That I like I said, I didn't even put it on my pool, and I felt kind of stupid having not put Berserker of all things on my pool,
Yeah.
but I
Do you
didn't.
have it on
And
there now?
no, I completely forgot. So on Wednesday when I go there, that was my plan, was to do it. Just like, hey, like,
Sweet.
I'm an idiot, I forgot. But my coworker from the job, I'm not going to be at after tomorrow. So yes, to respond to your text, that tomorrow is my last day. But he was there with me, and we were just talking. So I didn't want to like keep because they were too busy too. So he hooked me up, said thank you, paid for my stuff, and we took off.
Sweet.
Yeah, but yeah, when I go there, I'm gonna put on my pool. I just need to
Mhm.
actually remember. That's the hard part. So, but that Something is Killing the Children cover looks
Yeah.
so good, and it's nuts to think it's on its 8th print.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, right?
Like 8th
Um,
printing. Like what?
yeah. I think another comic series that went up to their 8th print was Once in Future.
The first issue or
Yeah, the first
multiple?
issue went all the way up to their 8th print also a while back already.
That's crazy. Especially because it
Yeah.
was only supposed to be what, like a 6-issue run.
That I'm not sure when it came out, but because when I jumped on it, I think it was already up to issue 10 or 11.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was only supposed to be like a 6-issue run, at least based off somebody I was talking to about it.
Oh, okay.
And it was so successful that they just kept
Yeah,
it going.
that's awesome. I'm glad they did.
Yeah, because it's on what, 17, I think just came out, or 18?
Yeah, one of
18.
those. Yeah.
I'm checking right now, actually. Is that the end of it, or?
I think that's the end of Duncan's story arc. So I'm wondering whose other story arcs are gonna continue writing, or if they're gonna continue with another story arc for Duncan.
Yeah, you know what? That is it, because on CLZ,
Yeah.
when I you know how it says like what? Well, I don't know if you wait, lower anyone watching on YouTube. I know we haven't uploaded anywhere else, but I feel like we should say that for future, for once in the
Yeah.
future. Ah, you can't see it. Yeah, it's too bad. But
It's not showing any other new upcoming issues,
well,
right?
okay, as terrible as this is, I know you know the app. So you know that blue line right
Yeah.
above that, how it says like you have like issues like 1 through whatever.
Yeah.
When you click on find missing comics, it takes you to the list of everything you have instead of once in future issues. So I actually think it did end.
Oh wow,
That's kind of
that's
upsetting.
cool.
Like it's cool that it's like done. I can like finish it and know that I'm
Yeah.
done, but it's kind of a bummer because it was so
Yeah.
good.
I
Just
know, right?
wanted to keep it going.
Yeah, I know. I think another series that's supposed to be ending soon is Seven to Eternity. That one's only up to like issue 17 or 18 as well.
Oh wow.
Um, yeah, kind of like Middle West. Middle West was only 18 issues, so
Yeah. And you still
yeah,
haven't finished it.
I'm trying to savor it. That and
Nice.
I'm trying to finish. 'Cause I haven't finished it yet, but I do want to finish Gideon Falls, and I
I
think the
finished.
trade paperback just came out
Yeah,
today or this past week.
I finished it.
So, did you really?
Yeah, I'm 100% done with the Gideon Falls.
Oh wow.
Um, so the final trade paperback, it's only issue number 27.
Oh geez, no wonder.
It's
Yeah, because the my issue 27, like the actual comic book, is
it's thick,
I think
right?
it's like 48 pages or something, or
Yeah,
64 maybe.
it says like something
But
about like double the size, or it says something about like being like
yeah,
bigger than normal comic book.
yeah,
And so it was only 12.99. So it was less than a normal trade, which and those were I think 15.99 or something. So it's three
yeah,
bucks
easily like
cheaper.
14.99
But at the very end, right after you like literally there's like last page and then
hmm
the very next page is
credits.
no, the script. It's a
Oh, that's
whole
awesome.
like script board like written out.
Yeah,
And then I forgot what was after that. There was something else that I remember it was kind of interesting. But yeah, it was only 27 issues and that trade was only one issue. So I
yeah,
remember getting
that's
home
crazy.
thinking like this is awesome. Like, I'm gonna get to read a couple more issues. It ends and then it ended and I was like, what? Like, it was only one issue.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
I
because
didn't.
when I saw the trade at the comic shop and I picked it up and I'm like, what? Like this feels just as thick as the standard issue.
Yep. Yeah, it was pretty ridiculous, like how thick it like that issue took me a little longer to read, than
Yeah,
other ones. So I was like, how long is this thing? So I started like looking and like,
yeah.
after
It's
I was
just
done
one
with
issue.
it. Yeah, and I was like, why is it such a long issue?
Yeah,
Yeah, so it was good though. I'd be lying if I said the ending was perfect. It wasn't.
yeah,
I think I'm very like I don't want to say use the word picky, but picky might be the only option that I have with
yeah,
endings of things. I feel like sometimes the adventure through the story is better than the ending.
yeah,
I feel like that's oftentimes what I end up feeling like. I'm not gonna turn this into a whole conversation about this, but like The Last of Us, the first one,
yeah,
the final moments before the credits, I thought was one of the worst endings in video game history. Uh, but everything building up to it, like literally the moment the game starts,
yeah.
when you've beat the game, right?
The first one, yeah,
Yeah, okay. When you're just like ravaging that hospital and like everything, like so good, like such a good build up.
yeah,
The final scenes where they're like Joel and Ellie are walking together,
yeah,
it was like leading up to something, and then just the way it ended, it was just kind of like, really, like that's all you had to offer, like expected a lot more out of you. And I
yeah,
think that may have played a big part in me kind of having this like cynical outlook on endings.
yeah.
But I don't know.
I don't know for Last of Us. Like I personally didn't enjoy the ending either, but I could also see, I guess, Joel's standpoint on his perspective, which was then kind of selfish, but like I could see his part and like why they decided to go with that. But at the same time, like you're right, like they could have gone a different route to make it better.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna turn this into a whole thing. Screw it. This game has been out since like 2011, so I'm gonna say some huge spoilers about the ending, and people are gonna have to just accept that because the game
This
has
is
been
for The
out.
Last of Us, if you guys
Yes, yes,
aren't
because this game
aware.
has been out for 10 years. Okay, so actually 8 years. It didn't come out in 2013. I don't know. Anyway,
Yeah,
it's
I
been
think
out long
13.
enough. It's
Yeah,
been out long enough. At the very end, when he was just like, "There were others," and then just like cut to black, like that's it. Like that's
yeah.
some like
It didn't
cop
feel
out.
very complete.
No, it's like some cop out, like college project type, like you know,
Yeah,
type ending. Like we don't know, like we're first time filmmakers. We've never done this. Like but it's like also like a pretentious kind of thing. Like we don't need to say anymore. This is all you get. Cut to black, and it was cheap. I felt cheated. You know, what I think would have been a very impactful ending. What I think would have like me as a human and as a person, I think would have just brought me to tears the way the game wanted you to
yeah,
is when Ellie questions why she wasn't picked. If
yeah,
Joel just straight up said, because I wasn't going to lose another daughter, or I've lost one daughter, I'm not going to lose another one. Because
yeah.
the whole game is setting the premises that he wants nothing to do with her because he doesn't
Hmm.
want that attachment. But
Yeah,
he ends up, you know, growing close to her and treating
yeah,
her like a daughter and loving her and caring for her.
yeah.
She
All
was
throughout the
his
journey.
daughter. Exactly. She
Yeah,
was his daughter by the end of the game. Plain and
yeah.
simple. So I think that would have been far more impactful
Oh,
and would have
most
just
definitely.
like crushed everybody. Just like, oh my god, like Joel finally just like came around. Like he finally
Yeah,
just accepted it and he admits it to her, you
yeah,
know. And I think given Ellie's personality, she probably would have been kind of upset, but she would have understood because she also looked at Joel as a father figure,
yeah,
and knew that he was doing this to look out for her. The people were dead. It's not like she could have been like, well, screw you. I'm going to go run and let them do this experiment on me. He
yeah,
murdered everybody capable of it,
yeah. Basically,
So like even trying to like rationalize it like that, it didn't
yeah,
matter. They were
yeah.
gone. They were dead. So I don't know. I don't know how you feel with what I said, but I feel like that would have been a much better ending, or at least
No,
something
I
along
agree.
those lines.
That's kind of what I was like leaning towards to feel like I was like kind of like gearing up towards like an ending somewhat similar to what you said, but then like what you said like the way the game actually ended, I'm like I felt empty inside.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
And nobody can turn around and tell me like, well, you weren't supposed to get that feeling. And if I wasn't, then why at the beginning of the game did we watch Joel's daughter get killed?
yeah,
The whole point was to see his like disassociation from family and loved ones, with the exception of what was her name? Starts with the T.
the chick in the beginning.
Tess.
Yeah,
Yeah. Or was it Tess? Something like that. Yeah, like he pretty much pushed everyone away from him
yeah,
because he saw literally his family ripped apart.
yeah,
And he
literally.
wasn't exactly, literally, and he wasn't
Yeah,
about to, experience that again.
yeah,
But he chose to embrace her as his daughter, and it was very apparent, by
yeah,
the end. And they could have done more with it. But
yeah.
that aside, now what was I talking about before?
That's I mean that's what this episode is for, comic
Of
books
course,
and everything else.
I'm gonna end up talking about everything else. I was thinking about
Yeah.
endings. I was thinking about endings.
Um
Oh, I'm sorry, Gideon Falls. So the
yeah,
ending of Gideon Falls now. I won't spoil this because you haven't read it.
yeah,
It was a good ending. I'm not
yeah,
gonna sit here and complain about the ending ever. But I'm not gonna be like best ending ever, because it
yeah,
wasn't. It was a good ending. It was solid.
yeah. That's
But I'll
good.
tell you right now, because I know where you told me you left off versus where
Yeah,
I'm at.
yeah,
Think of where the story started and how much and how crazy it got to where you're at, right?
yeah,
double that, and that's the ending. Like the
Oh,
amount of like
awesome.
craziness and like
Yeah.
out there and like, just ridiculous stuff that happens.
Yeah.
It's like it's even more so by the time you get to the end.
Oh yeah, that's pretty much what I was expecting. I just
Yeah,
don't know which route it's gonna, go.
yeah. And Jeff Lemire definitely delivered on the story. Like it gets better
Yeah.
and better as it goes on.
Yeah, that writer, man, like I swear he could write almost anything independently and in mainstream comics as
Yeah,
well.
yeah. As much as I loved his Thanos run,
Yeah.
I actually like his writing in Gideon Falls better. I may have mentioned that actually
Me
on another
personally,
podcast.
yeah, me personally, I enjoy his independent work better than
Yeah,
his mainstream, which his mainstream is still pretty good, but his independents are just like on another level.
yeah. It's kind of like Donny Cates, where like Donny Cates's mainstream stuff. Obviously, I talk about Donny Cates all the time, but
Yeah.
his independent stuff is so good too. Because the
What have you read
freedom
from Donny Cates?
crossover.
For
I guess I
Oh,
shouldn't
okay.
sit here and talk like I know all this stuff by Donny Cates beyond his mainstream work, but
Yeah.
just looking at like his freedom in his own like mind, going wild, like with nobody telling him like this isn't canon, you can't do this, or
Yeah.
you're gonna ruin like the continuity. It's his own story, and being able to see that man just write whatever he wants to write
Yeah.
just shows what he's capable of. And I feel
Yeah.
like it's the same with Jeff Lemire, in Gideon Falls.
Yeah. I guess I'm just like waiting to for some of their work to be released in those special deluxe editions for me to pick up. Like I'm still waiting for um what do you call it? I think not Baby Teeth, but Redneck is I think that's
Yeah,
the vampire series that he's writing, and also
Sweet
because
Tooth, isn't it? Was
Sweet
it Sweet
Tooth
Tooth
is
that he wrote?
Sweet Tooth is Jeff Lemire.
Okay.
Yeah, and what was the other one?
Oh, you're
I know
talking
he
Donny Cates, right?
Donny Cates. Yeah,
Okay.
I know he's done God Country and a Tomahawk, but those are both in trade paperback format. I'm still wondering if they're ever gonna do that in deluxe
Like a
edition.
collected. Yeah. Oh, he
Yeah,
also did the paybacks.
yeah, that was one of his earlier works
Yeah.
too.
That like I've had kind of a little bit of trouble finding it. I recently
Yeah,
came across it and I didn't buy it. I don't know why. It's one of those things I think I just lapse in judgment. Just I'll get it later, not realizing
yeah,
that it's hard to
it's gonna be
find.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, and it might still be available, so I should probably order it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of
Uh
like the Superior Spider-Man complete collection I found today. I'm like,
yeah.
oh wait, I remember Joe talking about this, so I decided to get it. And I double checked online, and it's already going for over $100, both on Amazon and eBay. So
Yeah.
I was thinking for some reason that that's the one that you said was hard to find. And then I tried looking for volume two, and I couldn't even find it. So
Yeah,
I'm like, oh, it's volume
exactly.
two, but I might as well jump on volume one right now since it's already going for a lot. So I paid cover
Exactly.
price for it, and
Which was
I heard the
40,
series
I
was
think.
good. Yeah, 40.
Yeah. Yeah, I need to start that, but I'm just waiting until I can find volume 2 or they print volume 2 or whatever.
Yeah,
It's like
I'm
I
hoping
bought it.
they. Uh
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say I bought it and I was like, hell yeah, I can finally start Superior Spider-Man.
yeah,
And then I went to look to see if I can find volume 2 because I didn't
yeah,
obviously didn't have it, otherwise I would have bought it that same day.
yeah.
And I was like, what? Like, why is it like $280 or whatever? And turned out it was like I told you earlier, it was just that hardcover.
Yeah,
So I was kind of bummed on that. And I don't know, there might be a paperback somewhere, but
yeah.
nothing that I came
There is
across.
they did print a trade paperback complete collection volume
That's right.
two. It's just extremely hard to find. It's not
Okay.
even listed on eBay. But I think our best bet is to just try to get lucky, and find it in the in the wild.
Yeah, I hope. Or wait
Yeah,
for a reprint of it.
yeah, kind of like that Ultimate Fallout that that I found for cover price 25
Yeah,
bucks.
I still can't believe you found that. I'm
Yeah,
so
and I was like,
jealous.
because I was looking for just one of the standard covers, and I saw that, and I'm like, that's that. I'm pretty sure that's rare. I
Yeah.
didn't even bother to look it up when I did buy it. I just knew that I bought the Ultimate Collection and I need to read Ultimate
Ultimate
Fallout as
Fallout.
well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I just bought it not knowing that it was going for over $200. So
Man, that place literally was just sitting on $200 and sold it for 25.
yeah, I mean, like, that's what I love about comic shops or certain comic shops. They don't like hike up their prices. They just sell it for cover price. And
Yeah.
because I know some comic shops like rake up their their prices on some of their collected editions just because that's how much is going for it on eBay. But then the
Yeah.
downside for that is if the price drops, they don't update their price on that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I've seen stuff like that before in the past.
yeah,
Unrelated to comics, actually. Not to straight. Well, no, we're talking about everything else, so I
yeah.
could stray as far as I want. Um, do you remember? Oh God, what was that called? Was it World of Games?
Oh, I love that place.
The one that was on the corner, and then it switched to the other side of the same building.
Yeah,
Do you remember that? It was in like the
yeah.
small little hallway store.
I used to ride my bike all the way from where I lived just to get there and
Okay,
buy magic
same
cards
here.
and stuff.
Did you go to it when it was on the original side, when it was like a hallway, or just when it opened to the bigger side?
Both.
Okay. So I was in high school when it was the bigger store. I was
Yeah.
obviously pre-high school, like elementary, junior high, and I used to ride my bike to the little hallway store.
So we might have crossed paths
I
back then.
know, so weird, right? To think, because I used to go there all the time.
No, same.
Yeah. So uh, I was in the bigger store,
Yeah.
and I remember looking for. Actually, you know what? I was out of high school by this point because it was when oh God, what is it? Dot Hack,
Yeah.
the first Dot Hack series that was on
Mhm.
PS2. So not Dot Hack GU,
Yeah.
specifically like I think the first one started with like Quarantine.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, the like the white cover, I believe.
Yeah.
So it was that. I don't know why I never bought this. I used to see it all the time, twenty
Mhm.
dollars,
Yeah.
like literally everywhere.
Yeah.
And so I in there and I was like, I'm gonna finally buy it. Like, it's only $20.
Yeah.
And I walk up to the counter, $50 price tag on it. Or $40. I'm sorry, I think uh game PS2 were $40.
Yeah.
So it had like a $40 price tag on it. And I was like, what? I was like, did they not update their prices? Because
Yeah.
it used to be a $40 game, but
Right.
it dropped down to 20
Uh-huh.
MSRP, literally like Target,
Yeah.
like Walmart, whatever it was, like any place that sold games had it for $20. And I remember I was ready to buy it that day, and I was an impatient kid, meaning if I couldn't buy it then,
Hmm.
and I didn't say that I was going to buy something else, I wasn't going to go wait a few days until I go to another store,
Right.
to get it for $20.
Yeah.
I'll just buy another game I was looking for. But I was just like, why? Like, what's up with them not updating their prices? And it always bothered me because I saw
Yeah.
it happen over time. Like, ever since I noticed that, I started seeing them not updating their prices.
Oh,
And
gotcha.
I was like, man, like they want to literally charge like max amount for these games.
Yeah.
And that really irked me. So I kind of stopped going there for a while.
Yeah.
So it's like I can't support a company that does that.
Yeah.
I feel like comic books though, slightly different with single issues that are like rare variants.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a little more understandable, but yeah, with just like standard like book releases, like when it comes to collected editions, should be just the book price at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
No, I
nowadays you could buy all that stuff like discounted like anywhere else online. So,
That's why it killed me that day. I saw that Amazing Fantasy.
uh,
Well, not Amazing Fantasy. I'm sorry. Before anyone
Amazing
gets
Spider-Man
excited,
Volume
thinking,
One.
yeah, before anyone thinks I
Yeah,
saw an Amazing Fantasy in person, no, I did not. The Omni of Amazing Spider-Man sing it for $300. Like,
yeah.
I probably should have just bought it, but I would have hated myself knowing that I paid $300.
Maybe.
I don't know.
If it's something that I really wanted and I knew that I needed to have it in my collection like right now, then I would have jumped the gun.
That's how I felt. but I don't know. I literally just bought the Flashpoint. We talked about this last week. I
Yeah,
literally just bought Flashpoint like an
yeah, that's a
hour
little different. You
before.
already bought something like
That was
that's
like
pretty
expensive.
pricey.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But anyway, I won't keep bringing that up because
yeah, but
otherwise this.
seeing that in the wild is pretty cool though.
Oh yeah, no, it was amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. Spider-Man. Uh it was amazing seeing that in person, out in
Yeah,
the wild. But anyway, what were we talking about right before that? Before we got onto the subject of you were just
just
talking about
Gideon Falls.
no, something about the Fallout, the Ultimate Fallout.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Just
Yeah.
finding books like overpriced at some places, like definitely like deter me from going there again.
Yeah, yeah, I couldn't I don't want to say I would never shop at a place that did that, but I would
Yeah,
definitely not buy their collected editions. I don't think I
yeah,
could bring myself to do it.
yeah,
Now if it's like how you pointed out that the omnis will sometimes come with the second cover or like a variant cover, if you will.
yeah,
Maybe I'd pay a little bit more just because that could be deemed as like a rare version of the omni.
yeah.
But I'm not gonna pay like double or triple for this thing. Maybe an
No,
extra like $20.
yeah,
But like cover A standard omni that you get anywhere, like no,
yeah. I can't
not
go
gonna
wrong
do
with
that.
that.
Yeah, I can't support it. Just can't support it. Plain and simple.
Unless it's
So
Amazing Spider-Man.
yeah. Uh, to bring up something completely unrelated though, no spoilers. What do you think of the finale for the Falcon and the Winter Soldier?
I got one more episode to watch.
Oh my God, you're not done.
No, I've been trying to keep up with that and the Invincible series as well.
Okay, let's pause this podcast real quick and we'll resume in an
I'll
hour.
go finish it. Yeah.
Oh, it was
That and
so
I
good.
think another TV series just caught my eye on Netflix called Shadow and Bone, which is based off of
Yeah,
a novel, and it looks really cool, and it kind of like goes with a lot of the comics that we're kind of reading right now, where these characters have to deal with the darkness and and have to use light to fight off the whatever they're fighting.
very, very unique concept. And never heard this before.
Yeah, I swear, like this whole year, there's nothing but that.
I
You
know,
got
right?
Noctera, you got King in Black, you got kind of like Geiger, but not really, and then you got Shadow and Bone and Shadecraft.
But it's just like, even if it's not exactly that, it's like
Yeah,
at least slightly resembles the concept more than other, like,
yeah,
more than it should.
yeah. But it's weird because I still like it.
No, yeah,
It's all still entertaining.
that
So
concept is great. I actually
yeah.
just found out about Shadow and Bone today,
Oh, okay.
and I was gonna look into it actually. I was either gonna watch that after the podcast
Yeah.
while I go to sleep, or what's it called, um, Demon Slayer.
Oh, you haven't started Demon Slayer?
Nope.
Damn, those are
No,
it's both pretty good too.
I know. So now I'm just like, I don't know what to watch.
So it's either anime or live action TV series.
Yeah.
Yeah,
See,
but
live
luckily,
action.
has Shelby watched Demon Slayer already?
I don't believe so.
Oh, you
She
should.
pretty much just watches JoJo.
That's it.
That's like her anime fix, like that and
Oh, okay,
Inuyasha.
dude. Yeah, Demon Slayer. You definitely have to watch because the movie that came out is amazing.
Yeah, I saw you post the thing on our Instagram, and I was like,
Yeah,
yeah, I should probably watch this. Like, I've been
yeah,
meaning to, and people keep telling me, like, dude, this is right up your alley. Like, this is
yeah,
definitely something you'd like.
yeah.
I just haven't started it.
Right, right.
But I don't know. I don't watch a whole lot of things anymore. I mainly just
No, me neither. Lately, I've just been reading or yeah, just that
working.
or like looking up stuff that that's coming out that I want to read.
Yeah, exactly. Looking up online or flipping through the previews for your 12th time this month and
Yeah,
the
or
login
what I've
stuff.
missed or what I've missed throughout the years too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So we're
I
just
want to
staring.
say I want to say my collection's at least halfway done.
Damn.
Yeah.
Pretty good. My
Yeah.
collection is nowhere near 1% done because it's just gonna go forever. I hope.
Damn.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I can't imagine wanting to stop. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it just really depends on the space and how mobile you have to live. Because if I'm at a more permanent spot, then for sure I'm gonna expand my collection. But if I'm moving every other year, then I really gotta just not buy so much because it
Yeah,
sucks moving an entire collection.
yeah, but those number ones.
That's what I'm afraid of. That means I have to get like better storage for them, so
Yeah, no,
it'll
all
get
those number
dinged with.
ones you're gonna miss out on.
Yeah.
Oh, that's gonna suck. I'll sell you. I'm
I mean,
gonna
if I
get double of all the number
yeah.
ones when you say you stop, and turn around and sell them to you for double the price later.
Well, they'll go up depending on what you're what you end up
Yeah,
buying.
I
Yeah.
wouldn't do that. But no,
I kind of wish they had like, I mean, this sounds kind of funny, but I kind of wish they had a digital stock market for comic books where you could buy digital issues of number ones, and you could see if the price
like see the
goes up
prices
or
go
not
up.
as a digital collectible, and and be able to sell it or whatever or keep it.
Have like an
That,
extra page that separates it from the other,
yeah.
even if it's just like a page of like artwork, just to separate it,
Yeah,
so
or
nobody
like
can
have a
argue.
variant cover where you could
Yeah,
only get it digitally.
Dig- don't even get me started on digital variants now, because I'm gonna have to have them all. Nah,
Yeah, that'd be great.
I think I can hold off on the digital format. I like it
Yeah.
for its convenience, but I'm not sold as a
Oh yeah, for
collection.
sure.
We've had
Yeah.
many conversations about this,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. The only way I'll pay for anything digital is just the membership, to have everything available at any
just
time.
yeah, that oh shit. That's the only thing I would do. I wouldn't want to replace my entire collection,
Yeah.
or not even replace, but continue my
Yeah.
collection in digital format.
You know what I do wish is if they had a comic book application um where you buy a comic book, and once you actually own it, you could scan the barcode, it's officially purchased, and be able to upload that into your library online and be able to
Yeah.
read it. But
Well,
it's
they
just,
Marvel has the codes that you could use,
yeah,
but that's it. I mean, I couldn't put like all my Marvel, DC, and like independent stuff together, which
yeah,
is what I would want.
exactly,
Like on
yeah. Or my
CLZ.
yeah, that too, and also all my collected editions. That'd
Yeah,
be great to put on an application.
like I've already bought it once. Like, why can't
Yeah,
I own it again?
yeah.
Or own it on digital.
Or I could just take pictures of every page.
By that point, though, you may as well just read it. Can you imagine how long that would take to do like a 1,500 page Omni?
Yeah,
Yeah, no, thank you. I'd rather
yeah.
just read it.
Yeah, that would
Oh
be
man,
nuts.
or just scan everyone in, like on
You know
a
what? That's actually what I used to do when uh, when I was in college. I didn't want to buy the books, so I would just depending on what the lecture was on for that day, I'll borrow my classmate's book, and I'll just take pictures of all the chapters. I mean, not the chapters, but like all the pages that we're studying
yeah in
on.
that chapter.
Use that and then delete it after we're done, and then next day, I'm gonna borrow your book again.
Man, I would have been selling all those pictures to people.
All right.
They're like $3 a page. $3 a page. The work's already done. I just have to text it to you or email it to you.
Yeah, I remember hustling in college too. Like people apparently sucked writing essays and research papers, so that was one of the things I was decent at, and I could BS my way through. I'm like, all right, do you want a C or an A? And I'll just like up the price for it. So I was getting to a point where I was making $20 to $25 a page.
Jeez,
Yeah.
that's
And they're like, get me
ridiculous.
an A or a B or an A so I can pass at least. And here, I'll pay you this much. I'm like, all right.
That's
Because
awesome.
like I got to the point where it was getting a little bit overwhelming, and I had to say no to some people, and they were desperate, man. Like they were the highest offer I had was like $50 per page.
Damn, for how many pages?
Just a like a 4 or 5 page essay, but like quality.
Yeah, but
But
that's
like
still a couple $100 for like an hour to 2 hours of your time.
yeah, but I was already making decent money like doing that, but like it was kind of stressful because like if they need a B or A to pass, I have to do my work too.
Yeah,
So
you can't
so
just like wing it. You have to actually
yeah,
like look and study the material.
yeah, exactly. So and sometimes I get lazy and you know I got my
Yeah,
own homework to do.
yeah.
Yeah,
And I wouldn't want to stress like that.
yeah. I ended up using most of that money to fund my video game collection back then.
Your Magic collection.
And Magic collection. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, speaking of Magic collections, I
Yeah,
haven't bought
Magic
stuff in a while.
collections.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I haven't bought anything in a while.
If none of you guys know what Magic the Gathering is, it's the original trading card game that first came out, and I remember getting into it back in, I think it was 1999 is when I got into it.
It's a long time. 22
Yeah,
years.
yeah.
You've been playing
Because
twice as long as me.
yeah. Well,
Damn.
I mean, I quit like I think once during high school because I played it like in the beginning of junior high, and that's all because of one of my friends, Matt. He's one of the big reasons why I got into Magic the Gathering, D&D, RPGs. This guy and his two brothers were all into that, so every time I would go over, we'd either be playing Magic or playing D&D or playing Magic in between D&D games. So
That's
it
awesome.
was really cool. And then they're like, come on, like they were gonna train me to learn how to play Magic. So they gave me a starter deck. They just built a deck from their card collection, and so I got into it, and then I decided to get my own like pre-constructed decks on my own from World of Games, and
Nice. That's
bought
awesome.
the Invasion sets, which was really cool.
Yeah.
And then that's around the same time I actually met John, uh, knowing that he played Magic the Gathering also. So met up after school and got a few friends together, and all of a sudden, like, there's a bunch of people. Well, not a bunch, but like at least like anywhere between 5 to 10 other people that just started to get into Magic the Gathering because we were playing at school, and we would just play at the lunch tables or in class. Sometimes we would
Nice.
put our books right in front of our desk and play a game right there. It was great.
Now, before you continue, let's fast forward about 13 years. You
Yeah.
and I working at the Coffee Bean, being
Oh
there at
yeah.
5 in the morning. Remember, we'd
Oh,
bust out our Magic
those were
decks.
great times.
Yep, we'd have no customers, so we'd get our Magic decks, and we'd just sit there and just or stand there at the
Yeah.
counter. Because remember, there was like that. It was like an L-shaped counter, and where the two
Yeah.
sections met, it was huge. Like it
Yeah.
was unnecessarily big right there. So
Yeah.
we would just, we just start playing right there, and then Rambo would walk in and ruin it.
Small dark brown.
Yeah, that guy was awesome.
Yeah,
Uh,
he would. This guy would order coffee and just say small dark brown, and I'd give him anything.
yeah, and he never cared.
Yeah.
I never did, but I imagine you can give the guy decaf and he wouldn't care.
There was one day I had to, and I gave it to him, and I completely forgot to tell him until like later. He's like, "Oh shoot, like I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you like this is decaf. So if you need to stay awake, like I could get you a new batch right now." He's like, "No, I couldn't tell the difference." I'm like, "Oh, okay."
I think he just liked the company, just hanging out in there, you know,
Yeah,
just somebody
yeah.
to talk to for about a half hour, 45 minutes.
Yeah, I think there was a we would go through um different like regulars throughout the mornings where they change. They're like, oh, like they'll spend the time with us for a few months, and then we'll get another new customer that's a regular that would come in
Yeah.
every morning.
Well,
So that was kind of cool.
I remember when I had started, you and Russell would always talk about this guy named Rambo, And
Oh yeah,
I was like, I haven't seen him. Like, I've worked
yeah,
only a couple mornings, and like 8 or 9 months into working there, still
yeah,
had never met him. Started working tons of mornings, and I was like, oh, I was like, I guess he just doesn't come here anymore.
yeah.
And one day, I opened, and I think I was supposed to open with you, and you were late, of course.
I
So
was late every morning.
exactly, and for anyone listening who thinks that's an over exaggeration, it's not. Like, no, like literally, he was late every single morning at
Yep.
the minimum of 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Best part is he lived 5 minutes away,
Oh, that was great.
which means he didn't leave till 5 minutes after his shift started to come to work.
Yep. I'm
So,
like, oh, it's 5 a.m. I guess I should get ready and go to work.
so one day I'm working by myself, of course, after setting up all those tables outside that are painfully heavy. Remember
The umbrellas and just the tables itself, like, were
well,
really heavy.
when we got the new tables, they weren't so bad. The wooden
No.
ones, it was
Yeah.
the ones with the steel base and like the
Oh
stone
yeah.
like slab
Yep.
on top.
Yeah, they got stone slabs on it.
Yeah, those things are so heavy. But after doing all that, like I remember, like I set everything up, got everything ready, bait case set up, and this short little oh my god, what was he? Was he Vietnamese?
I think so. Either Vietnamese or Cambodian.
Oh, I'm sorry, Cambodian. He was
Hmm.
Cambodian. Short little Cambodian dude walks in, and he just walks up and puts like $2 on the counter and goes, "Small dark brown." And I
Yeah.
was like, Rambo. I've heard
You got all
stories about
excited.
you. I didn't say that to him, but I was like,
Yeah.
I've heard stories about you.
Like a legend.
Yeah, like he was a legend that I never thought like I thought you and Russell were making this guy up. I was like, there's no way this guy is real.
It would have been funny if he just like he has his back turned and he just like turns his head, small dark brown, and slides you the $2.
That would have been great. But yeah, I just remember the second he said small dark brown, I was like,
Yeah.
no, this is him.
This is him.
And then he just got weirder by the day.
Oh
Like
yeah,
the stories
every
he would
morning.
tell you
Yeah.
were like, I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know if he was like crazy, like telling stories and lying,
Yeah.
or if some of the stuff was true. Like,
No, me and Russell would like after talking to him every morning, like depending on the conversation, we'd be like, "All right, man. So our conversation is gonna be whether that is true or not."
yeah, some of the
Yeah,
stories he told.
I think one of the ones he said was he definitely fought in the war,
Yeah,
but even that we're not like completely sure if he did or not.
I remember, and I want to say I've told you this before, but one day he came in wearing like, you know, what like army fatigues
Yeah,
or whatever it's called.
yeah.
It's called BDs or something like that. I think that's what
Hmm.
it's called, like battle dress, something, whatever. Or BDUs. I think that's what they're
Yeah.
called. And he came dressed like that, like he was trying to look like he had this like military presence. Keep in mind, if this guy was in the military, he would have retired from the military probably 10 years prior. He was
Yeah.
easily in his 60s,
Yeah.
you know, and looks, I don't want to say he was out of shape, but the guy was aging.
Yeah.
There's no way this guy had been in active military in at least 10 years. And so he's wearing these, which he has no business wearing these if he's not in a combat zone or on base.
It
Anyone in
was
the
a
military.
style at that time, man. Everyone was wearing camo.
Well, yeah, but he's claiming to have been in the military.
Yeah, that's the
So
difference.
yeah. So if anybody's listening who's in the military and I'm wrong about those statements, I apologize. But I know that there are certain times you're supposed to wear certain things, like certain uniforms and stuff.
Yeah.
So he'd have no business sitting there, not in the military anymore, in BDUs, sitting at coffee bean. And so he was trying to like look like he has this like military presence about him. And he comes up to order his coffee, and I kid you not, on the side of the arm right here is this huge Bone Thugs and Harmony patch. Like he bought these at the Goodwill or something,
Yeah.
because there's no way this guy knew who Bone Thugs were.
Right.
And
Right. That's awesome.
So I think he just bought it to look like he was in the military,
Right, right.
and I never called him out, because he wasn't like, I mean, I guess in retrospect, that was probably some degree of like stolen valor, but he wasn't like
Yeah,
claiming he was from any like sort of branch. He wasn't
yeah,
claiming, to like, well, I mean, he made some claims about like serving, but I don't know. He wasn't trying to get like this wild like recognition. Like, dude showed up early in the morning. There's only
yeah,
one or two people in there, and they were the
yeah,
workers, and then he would just leave.
yeah,
So I don't know. Maybe it's considered stolen valor. Maybe some people just would think like dude's just off his rocker and would let it
yeah,
go. But that guy was something else.
yeah,
Really, really genuinely nice guy overall, though.
yeah.
You know, there's some characters that we met at that place. So
Oh yeah, I think another one that we ended up like really liking just because he played Magic also was I don't know if you remember his name. I think he was a teacher or something. He had glasses, kind of tall, white dude, kind of
you
balding
don't
on the
remember his
top a
name?
little bit. Huh?
You don't remember his name?
No, he
Or
was one of the last people I saw when we closed the store down. And I told him like, sorry man, it's our last day, so here you go, free free drink on the
free
house.
coffee?
Yeah. He used to play Magic the Gathering online all the time,
Oh,
from what he
okay.
said. Damn, I can't
F-
remember his name.
for anyone wondering, when he said our last day and we closed the store down, it wasn't going out of business.
No, it
We
wasn't.
just closed the store down and left.
Yeah. Yeah, because you just have to have one of those times in your life
Yeah.
where you just, stick it to the company.
Oh, and we
And
stuck into the company pretty bad that day.
oh yeah. And this mind you like wasn't from like months worth of struggle. It was like years. And just seeing how the company treated like new hires and people that have been in the company for a long time was shit.
It was
So
atrocious.
yeah, so it was very intolerable. And one day we just got fed up with it, and we left. We decided to leave, and that was me and two other people that morning.
And then 2 days later, me.
Yeah,
Only because I didn't work until 2 days later. So I couldn't
yeah,
couldn't really leave,
yeah.
and
And I
like
was
do
surprised you
anything.
left right away too, since you didn't have a backup either,
Nope.
right?
Nope. I didn't
Yeah.
have backup. I found a job 2 days later.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. Literally I
I
was
think
hired 2 days later.
yeah, I think I found one maybe about a month later.
Yeah. But you had
Yeah,
savings and you were like set. I wasn't.
yeah,
I was wait, was I living on my own? No, no, no. That was after I had to move back because the whole apartment situation
yeah.
with, yeah, with the fire and all that. Okay. So
Uh,
yeah, I knew I was gonna be okay.
oh, that's good.
So yeah, but still, that was great.
Yeah,
I wouldn't do it again. I mean,
yeah,
let me rephrase that. If I could go back in time and do that all over again, I would very much do that again.
yeah,
But moving forward in life, I will never do that again at another
yeah.
job I work
Exactly.
at.
Yeah,
Proof, my last day at my job is tomorrow, and that I have to be there in the morning, and I'm gonna show up, and I'm
yeah.
gonna work my shift. You know,
Stayed the
but
full
yeah,
2 weeks.
yeah, I put in my 2 weeks, and I stayed my whole 2 weeks.
Nice.
It delayed starting my other job 2 weeks, and that's fine. But that was great. I'm gonna always remember doing that.
Oh yeah, that was great.
They lost their minds, trying
Yeah,
to like. Okay, to clarify why this happened. Well, there's a lot of reasons, but one specifically, we were working pretty much full time there, and next thing you know, they were like everybody's working under like 20 hours, and we were
yeah,
scheduled like 16 hours, and we are like, you're gonna take us from 40 hours to 16 hours and think we're gonna like, I was like, I can't pay my bills on 16 hours. I can't pay my bills on 0 hours. So what difference does it make?
yeah. And they expected us to, have more responsibility and do more work with less
Yep.
hours.
Yep.
So
So we were just like, nope, we're out.
yeah. Yeah, and I
Uh,
think it was due to the cause of getting a new district manager mainly.
yeah. Yep. She was miserable. I did not like her.
Yeah,
She didn't like me either, so that's fine.
she didn't like a lot of people.
Yeah, she didn't like anybody in our store.
Yeah.
Our last DM though, I don't know. I was back and forth with him. He was cool sometimes, terrible other times, but I would
Yeah.
have never done that to him.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
would have
I agree.
never done that to him. Like not in a million years.
Yeah.
If I found out where if he didn't work for the company still and I saw him working somewhere as a DM, I would consider going to go work for him somewhere else,
Yeah.
depending on where it
Yeah.
was.
I mean, he was definitely rough and like very picky,
Yeah.
not very lenient on stuff. But he would tell you straight up and like try to make you better in a sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For as negative as he was also positive. I guess
Yeah.
that's a good way to put it. There was a
Yeah.
good balance to working for him.
Yeah, and I think also from when I talked to him when he opened up a little more, when he did more like coffee tours, or in a sense, when he started traveling more, I noticed that he started changing and not being so much of a tough guy
Yeah.
when it comes to work and stuff. He was a lot more empathetic and gave more compliments and guidance as opposed to just drilling you on stuff. So
So I actually talked to him about that.
yeah,
So prior to that whole coffee tour thing, he was always like, because he was older in
yeah,
age, so like fully gray. He was always
hmm
100% clean shaven, and
yeah,
he dyed his hair brown.
yeah, always,
And he always tried to wear like nice, flashy clothes and look
yep,
not like professional, but always look like
like hip,
yes, like
yeah,
not like he was trying to like look youthful so much, but always just try to look like he had a status that he wanted to
yeah,
maintain.
hmm
And he went on a coffee tour to Sri Lanka. Excuse me if
yeah,
I mispronounced that, but I'm sure everybody knows what I mean. He went on that coffee tour there, and this is like directly from him what he's telling me. Like him and I are sitting in the back room having this conversation, and it hadn't even dawned on me that. Well, I'm getting ahead of myself. So he's telling me that it humbled him that he saw that, and he didn't mean this in a disrespectful way, but that these people literally didn't have much. Like,
hmm
they were genuinely poor in comparison to the way we value things here in America. So like
yeah,
they didn't all have like the nice like flashy laptops and high end phones and like where they were, because keep in mind like it's a certain region of these countries he was going to. They didn't all have like big football stadiums and concert venues to go to, and
yeah,
it's very small town sort of, and even there it might even be more like village,
hmm
but it was just these people living in the moment, and not worrying about these kind of things, and not even necessarily I guess aware of these things to some degree, and it really humbled him. So I noticed after he's telling me this, his hair is no longer dyed. He's fully gray, has
yeah,
a beard growing in that's fully gray. He's wearing semi baggy jeans, a coffee bean t shirt, and a sweater, looking just very comfortable and relaxed.
yeah,
And he was just telling me like, and he pointed it out like everything, and he was just like, I spent so much time worrying about the way I looked and my appearance and all this stuff,
yeah,
and then I see these people and they're the happiest people I've ever met in my life, and
yeah.
I realized none of this matters. And I was like, man, like that was actually humbling to hear, and I wasn't even over there with you guys.
Oh, oh, you were there when when he was telling me that.
No, Rocky told me this.
Oh, Rocky told you
I
that.
don't know if
Okay,
he told you this story either,
yeah,
but
he told me that story too.
okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
and it was
I don't.
just
Maybe we're
weird.
both there. I don't know.
Oh, maybe. I don't remember. This was many years ago,
Yeah,
but it was just a trip to see him go like to polar opposites.
yeah,
So, we're getting like way off. I know this was and everything else, but we're not
that's
even
definitely
talking nerdy
everything
stuff
else.
at this point.
Yeah.
So, let's dial it back a little.
Yeah, I always did want to do like a coffee and comics segment, but most of the podcasts that we start are usually during the nighttime. So
Yeah. Yeah, so I don't think that'd be a good idea.
yeah,
Um, well, I don't know. Depending on what hours I switch to at this new job, that
yeah, we
might be
might be able
doable.
to.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'll be getting out of work at what 5:30, 6 a.m. So
So it might not be a bad idea to do coffee and comics.
yeah,
Just switch the time we record versus the time we post.
yeah,
It's something to think about.
yeah,
Or
definitely.
maybe a once we're both fully vaccinated, a
Like a
you know,
meetup,
yeah, like a meetup where we actually,
podcast.
yeah, not even a podcast, just additional videos, like just
Yeah,
other like another like quote unquote like series on here that people can have to watch.
yeah, that'd be cool.
Where we can just like do like coffee and comics once a month or something, or
Yeah,
and we can actually, I guess maybe it wouldn't be our pull list, but things that we can just go like pick up one day and then just sit there and discuss and talk about them.
yeah, yeah. And if you guys that are watching or listening to us, if you guys have any ideas of what you guys would like to see from us, feel free to comment down below.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. That actually, I don't know, some new ideas. I mean, I like doing the podcast. Let me rephrase that. I love doing the podcast.
Yeah,
So I'd also like to throw up some additional content on here for people. One, it'd be fun to do, and two, obviously, it'd give people more interesting stuff to
to
see us
watch and
do.
stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and we have some ideas. I won't say it on here because I'd like the stuff to be kind of a surprise when we do it. But
yeah.
one of the skit type things you talked about, or
Oh
like,
yeah,
yeah, I think that'll be really fun to do.
yeah,
We just gotta start writing some skits
yep.
or
Set up
writing
the
out some.
studio.
Yep, the studio. And by studio, you mean like a room somewhere that we can find and
No, not necessarily. We could use any room and just set it up and then set it down.
yeah, maybe just make like a backdrop that would
Yeah,
like kind of give that like view that we were going for.
yeah. That's why I'm building the the comic book shelves.
Oh yeah, I'm just using gray background today, not
Well,
in
you could probably
space
use
or.
you could probably put some posters back there
Yeah, I did, and then they started to fall. I just need to get better like
or tape.
tacks or not like no like thumb like those thumb not thumbtacks. I guess they are thumbtacks, but like the little metal ones that look more flush instead of like
Oh,
the
okay.
big like colored things sticking out.
Yeah, yeah.
No, I want the ones that like press into the wall because I don't want to like risk
Oh
knocking them
man.
over.
Would you consider like framing your posters and then hanging it up?
I've thought about it, but most of the posters I have right now are the ones that are folded and have the creases in them, and
Oh,
I'm not. I
gotcha.
don't
I
want to
know
spend a ton of money, on
for a
something.
creased poster. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. If I'm gonna
yeah,
put up posters and frame them, they're gonna be uncreased. They're gonna be
yeah,
like lightly rolled.
yeah. I think that's the one I have up right now. In my room, the King in Black Darkness Reigns poster. That
Yeah,
was awesome
yeah, I have that one too.
with all the Venom dragons or the
Yeah,
symbiote dragons.
yep, I have that in the Spider-Man number 55, the Gleason webhead.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I have that, and I want to say I have another one. I might have another one somewhere, or I'm waiting to get one from one of the shops to take down.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, that's really like how I get them, but they
Yeah.
always come folded, and it bums me out.
Oh man.
Yeah. Oh, no, I could always just invest and buy some.
Yeah.
But I got what's it called? The Peach Momoko thing for Shelby.
Yeah.
The portfolio.
Yeah.
And those are amazing, and we want to frame about half of them. So I might just do that.
How big are those
Um
prints? They're like 3/4 of the size of the comic book posters.
maybe a little bigger. No, I'm sorry, a little smaller. Maybe like a quarter.
Oh, quarter of the size, like the
Yeah.
maybe the size of an omnibus page or something.
Maybe a little bit bigger than that, but not
Oh,
much.
okay,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
cool.
so yeah, maybe like the size of the omnibus cover, because you get it like an extra inch on each side.
Yeah,
Or no, not an inch, like a quarter of an inch.
yeah,
So yeah, they're a good size, and they look
sweet.
really nice. So we'll probably just put up a bunch of those, and then there's an art germ one that I want to buy.
Oh, awesome.
So Yeah, they have them at Undercity. I'll probably just grab one eventually, but they're $50, and which isn't so bad. But those
Yeah.
older portfolios, you have to actually detach the pages, like they're perforated, and you
Oh,
have to
gotcha.
actually detach them. Whereas the Peach one, they just there's a little pocket that I feel like I've actually told this story already. I know. There's a little pocket they just slide right into,
Oh, okay.
and so those will look better framed. They won't have like the jagged edge, not jagged, but like little perforated edges in the
Yeah.
frame, and it'll look. I don't know. I think it'd look kind of stupid. I don't know, but we'll see. I want to put some posters up. I think it'll liven up the room a little bit because this
Nice.
whole side of the room, there's a
Yeah.
bunch of stuff up. This side of the room that I'm on when I do the videos,
It's like a blank
there's
canvas.
yeah, there's literally just this gray wall, which is why I normally
Yeah.
have like one of those stupid things behind me, like or the like I'm in space or
The
on the
background.
beach somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it usually doesn't work well with the light, but the blur that I have, I don't know if you can tell, it's blurry.
Yeah.
Like, can you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't look as bad or as bright.
Oh, okay.
It does
Yeah.
look bright, but not as bad.
So to just jump into another nerdy topic, I was kind of curious to know what your top five most expensive issues you currently own.
Top five most expensive. Oh God. Nothing too crazy. I was just looking up one of these recently,
Yeah.
and I'm trying to blank on what it was.
If you want, I could go first.
Yeah, go for it.
All right. So mine, just from what I've been looking at through my collection, sometimes I just peek at certain issues and kind of wonder how much some of these issues have gone up or gone down or something. And one of them has, which is probably the most I've
Oh,
ever spent on a single issue ever on a comic book, and that is Something Is Killing the Children, issue one. I bought that, definitely taking a risk, but also really wanting that issue for some reason, for issue one. And it's the original first print. I bought it for about $100 last year. And I'm like, man, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, this is $100 for one book. Like, it's insane. Like, this is probably gonna drop. And because usually in my mentality, when a comic book collector collects comics, it's usually depending on the number of prints that it has and its popularity. And that's the whole reason why, like some of the golden age comics are just so up there, because the print run is very small and there's not a lot of those issues in good condition anymore. So when I bought that Something Is Killing the Children, I knew that it had a low print run, but it might not go up because the hype might be temporary. But no, it's still going up. Like the last time I checked, one sold for about average like $500 to $550
damn.
compared to the 100 that I originally bought it for last year. So, and
That's
that's
pretty
and the
ridiculous.
yeah, and the comic book or the series has not even been officially optioned for a TV series or movie or anything.
That's
So
just
I'm
some. Oh, good.
so I'm banking like once it does, it's just gonna skyrocket after that. So yeah, that's one of the most expensive ones that I have right now.
Yeah, that's some crazy speculation to, just not even optioned, and it's just like, yeah, it's gonna get a show.
Yeah.
I wonder if it ends up like if a live action versus an animated would change the value.
It just depends on how good it is. Honestly, and I
Well,
think it could go either route.
I'm talking uh would like if either or were announced, not actually came out yet. So if it's
Oh yeah.
announced as an animated, would it like would the value go up like 20%? Or if it's live action, would it go up like 120%?
I think I don't think it would matter. As long as it did get optioned, it would just go up.
Just skyrocket.
Yeah, it's kind of like when Invincible was. announced to become an animated series, the original issues just started skyrocketing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, which is crazy because some of those are like in the hundreds now, right?
Yeah.
Specifically issue 1.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then it's funny because they have it's just one run, 144 issues, and they have like certain issues like, oh, this is first appearance of this is first appearance of that. It's more like it's mainly the only first appearance because it's one run.
oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
It's not like Invincible like number 1 volume 2 and
Yeah,
like
yeah.
25 years later,
Like no creative teams aren't doing
like
new
Invincible's arcs.
yeah.
They'd be kind of cool if somebody did.
Oh yeah, that'd be
Donny
kind of cool.
Cates,
Yeah.
Jeff Lemire can do it. I'll read it. Jeff Johns, I'll read it.
Dude, if the same creators jump back and do it, I'd
That
definitely
too.
read it. Yeah,
That
if
too.
Kirkman and Otley jump back on it, that'd be amazing.
I'm thinking.
I know they're working on a project recently, or
Oh,
not Robert Kirkman. I'm not sure who's writing it, but I know Otley is working on a secretive project that he's about to put out this year. I think.
it's Solid Blood number 18.
I hope so.
Wait, is he the one who did? No, I'm wrong. He's not the one who did
But
Solid Blood, was he?
yeah, it was. It
Oh,
was
okay.
Kirkman and
There
Otley.
we go. Yeah.
Yeah,
I couldn't remember if it was both of them or just Kirkman.
yeah, it was both of them. I love that creative team.
Yeah, I love the way they did that cover. How it
Yeah,
just looks like that old like
yeah.
90s.
Even the paper quality for that was that old like soft newspaper type
Yeah.
of pages instead
Yeah,
of the
they did.
glossy ones.
I should have bought those. I saw like 2, I think it was.
Yeah,
Like 2 other copies in the wild just hanging out like a week after release, and I should have just bought it. They were like $4. And I feel like it's one of those things that in like 10, 15 years I'm gonna look back and be like, yeah, I'm an idiot for not buying those. Like
yeah.
they're
I was
either
only
gonna
able to get one.
yeah, they're either gonna fade into obscurity, yeah, obscurity, no one's gonna care, or they're
Yeah,
gonna shoot up because we're gonna find out why they did that.
actually, I just have it right here, just lying around. But
Oh, nice.
yeah,
Kind of cool. You just have it sitting there.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
but if you
awesome.
guys were interested, this is the cover for Solid Blood, which is a weird concept that they did because they kind of like um, announced it saying like, oh, we went into the warehouse and found all these back issues or like back issue of this project that they created back then and made it seem like it was it was just something that they didn't put out and they just completely forgot they had a huge palette out of it. So they decided to put it in the market and sell it. And it's the first of its kind, actually. So it's just like a new marketing stream, I guess,
Yeah.
that they tried doing. And it sold.
Yeah.
They started off the issue on 17 and introduced all these characters. I'm not sure if any of them are from any other universe or any other comic book series. So I thought that was interesting.
What was it supposedly tied into? What
Some
was
it wasn't
the
officially claimed,
speculation?
but
Yeah,
speculation that it was tying into a possibly crossover.
that's right.
Yeah,
That's interesting too, because
yeah,
different creative team.
yeah,
But I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully, in the future, it'll come out and we'll find out what the hell was actually going on with it.
yeah.
No,
And then
somebody's got to eventually
crossover is
admit it.
kind of slow too. It's what, like one issue a month.
Yeah,
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah,
So
because it's
yeah,
on 6. Yeah, yeah, about 1 issue a month,
yeah,
which isn't too bad because with everything else releasing, it's nice
yeah.
to have a little break.
Right, right.
So, in regards to your question about most expensive comic, I think we should actually save that for another issue or another podcast issue.
Oh, okay.
I think it'd be fun to actually bust out our collections and,
Yeah.
you know, I don't
Maybe
know. What do you think? Do you want to save
uh
this?
yeah, we can save that. Maybe towards the end of the year, so it
So we have
gives
some time to
more
go
time
up.
for some of those issues to skyrocket in value
Yeah. And honestly, I'll be upfront. Like none of mine are like this insane value, like $500. But
that you
you
know
know,
of.
that's true. Actually, I don't always go through and look and see how much some of my stuff's worth.
Yeah, like some
Uh,
of your Venom issues might be not quite as up there as something that's killing the children, but probably hitting anywhere between 50 to 100.
that's true because they do have like a million variants for each one.
Yeah.
I have a
Oh no,
bunch of those.
I mean most of your earlier Venom issue runs or
Oh,
Venom
okay.
issues, because I
That's
think you
true.
had some like what like in like issues 20, like the 20s, right? Is when
Yeah.
you started.
Yeah, when I finally started picking up the single or the single issues for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you pick
So
up the Thor series like early? Like
I have number one,
or
like
like
cover
original first
C
print?
or something like that. Yeah,
Oh, gotcha.
from the first print, and
What
then
about the rest of the issues? Because
two
those
and
are
three
uh-huh.
are like different prints, and then I think from four on I
Oh,
have
okay.
all first prints.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
because the first prints go for a lot.
yeah. So I don't know. Maybe I'll have to look that up. I think this is actually something. Before assuming what I have, I'd rather do some research.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, because I already know what some of yours are going to be, and
Oh, okay.
yeah, we've already talked about this a little bit outside of the podcast. So
Yeah,
I'd want some more time before I think this would be, an interesting conversation on my
yeah,
end at least. I'd want
yeah,
to see what I have and the values of some of this stuff.
yeah,
But then again, like you never know because you can buy like just this variant of a comic that never really took off, and something about it can make it skyrocket. Like that
yeah,
artist, was a nobody at the time, and next thing you know, he's like doing the next big Marvel run, and
yeah,
now everybody wants everything that guy's drawn, and first printing,
yeah,
and it's like
yeah,
80 bucks. Ooh, somebody set off another firework. Did you hear that?
yeah.
Yeah,
Getting ready for Memorial Day weekend.
I know, right? Come here, Bailey.
It's kind of
My
early,
dog's
but
getting scared.
yeah.
This is my dog's first appearance. Her name is Bailey. She's annoying, but I love her.
And our issue is gonna skyrocket after this.
I know, right? This is going to be the most important issue we've done. The first appearance of Bailey.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys saw her cameo earlier where she just walked by. You could see her back a little bit, but yeah. But oh man, poor dog. She's getting all scared. But what was I saying now? Yeah, like I don't know, just something stupid can cause an issue to skyrocket. Like there was a comic series, or it was a single like one shot. It was called like All American Comics, I think.
Yeah.
Or was that what it's called? Like All American Comics? You know the series that's I think it's an ongoing series right now called like America. I want to say it's called like America Chavez or something like that from Marvel.
Oh yeah, yeah. From Image
So, or is it Image?
or
I think it's Marvel.
Marvel. Yeah.
So whoever's doing it, if I'm not mistaken, that's the series it was originally tied to. So the guy who created that character has no legal rights to that character anymore.
Oh
And
wow.
yeah, and so he started his own, or he did his own story, and he released this through Image,
Yeah.
and it's called All American Comics. I was like, oh well, it's a one shot. I looked into it because I was like, what the hell is this? Like I'd never even heard of this.
Yeah.
And so I looked it up, and it was like, oh, it's going to be like a one shot. This is like the story, and I was like, all right, cool. Like I'll just grab it. So I picked it up and I read it, and it was like whatever. It wasn't like amazing, but it wasn't bad. I was like, it's cool. So I just put it in my box, completely forgot about it. And one day I was like, I wonder if that's worth anything. Cause like I've never
Yeah.
heard anyone talk about it, nothing. And I looked and it was going for like 40 bucks or something last I checked.
Oh damn.
And this was something I bought for like 3.99, like cover price, like
Yeah.
day of, and it like shot up. And not that, 40 bucks is a ton of money, but the fact that it had like, zero like marketing,
Speculation. Yeah.
yeah, zero speculation, zero marketing. Like, I hadn't even heard of this thing until like I was looking through what was releasing that week, and
Yeah.
it like its cover just kind of caught my eye, and I was like, oh, this looks like something I want to check out just because.
Yeah.
Like I had really no reason to want to check it out. I just did.
Yeah.
So yeah, it makes me wonder like what actually some other stuff in my collection might be worth.
Yeah, that's what I felt about that We Live comic. I was like, oh
Oh
man, like
yeah,
this, the artwork and the story sounds pretty interesting. I'm gonna pick it up. But why is like I was wondering why there was only a few issues available on the shelf, and it's usually due to the comic shops like not knowing whether it's gonna be popular or not, so they don't order that much of it, like maybe
yeah,
5 or less issues, just just to have the title on the shelf.
yeah. They
And
under order.
yeah, so I ended up picking that up, and then I actually got one for my sister because it's something that she probably would like too. And then that's when I saw that your shop had, or the shop that you go to had one,
Yeah,
and you decided to pick it up, and which is great because now it's going for about $50.
yeah. And I just grabbed it because you're like, oh yeah, you should check it out. Like it looks cool, and you know, it's like a low print run. I was like, all right, I'll grab it. I
Yeah.
think I'd already paid for my stuff and left,
You did,
walked
yeah.
back in to go get it, like
Yeah.
just because,
Yep.
so that was good. That was good recommendation. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
So even though I'm probably never gonna sell it because like I said,
Yeah.
I don't buy
Have
this
you
stuff
been
to sell them.
have you been getting the rest of the issues for that?
I got the first two or three. I don't remember,
Oh, okay.
and
Because
they're all.
do you have up to 5?
I don't remember. I
Because
don't
if you
think so.
do, issue 5 is already going for 50.
Are all of them going for like 50? Like even two and three?
I don't think so. It's mainly
Okay,
just the first one and issue 5. Issue 5 is because there's a like a first appearance of someone or something.
of course. I'm gonna check since I have one through three. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Yeah, if you can find issues 4 and 5, try to pick it up.
I'll have to look for that.
Yeah.
Thanks for the heads up.
Yeah.
So, I think we should probably wrap this up now because I think we're hitting almost 2 hours or an hour and a half.
Hour and a half. Yeah.
Hour and a half. Um, Mainly because I got to work in the morning,
Yeah. And I
and
got somewhere to go.
yeah, yeah. I'd love to keep this going all night like we normally do, but in the case of having to work early this one time, I'd rather not be up all night.
Yeah, no problem.
But yeah, guys, everyone listening, apologize for cutting it a little short tonight. If you did make it all the way through, I do appreciate it. I know you guys might have been excited to hear our most expensive comics, but I think a whole issue dedicated to that because we can talk about this for a long time. So
Yeah,
yeah, I
definitely.
believe it'd be best saved for that versus trying to squeeze it into like 40 minutes or something.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's gonna be it for tonight, guys. Thank you for hanging out and listening. Do you have anything you want to say?
Thanks, guys, and for everyone that's been watching our podcast from the beginning. Just stay patient with us. We'll definitely eventually get our stuff on other platforms, and also start doing other videos besides just the podcast issues on our YouTube channel. So just stay tuned.
Yep. Yeah, definitely gonna do some more interesting stuff. Just need a little time, need to get things sorted. Maybe build up a little bit bigger of a fan base. Maybe start to grow just a little bit more, and then we can start pumping out the content the way we'd like, and sure the way our listeners would like us to.
Yep.
All right. So thanks, guys. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram at comiXalliance. That's COMIXALLIANCE. Have a good night, and we will see you again next week.
All right. See you guys.